Let's get to our chief meteorologist now, Mike Everett, joining us with our first alert forecast. Some warm temperatures.
I am the bearer of good news, especially if you've been waiting for it to warm up there. Not only is it going to be a warm up, but it's going to be a rather abrupt one. Now, remember, we've already broken into the 70s and 80s once or twice already this year, but it's been chilly lately, especially last week, where we just couldn't break out of that cold pattern. Well, we did that today. In fact, temperatures were slightly above average, and we're still holding on to them in the upper 50s across the Seattle metro right now. Light wind coming in from the north, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Live look from SeaTac, where traffic has improved dramatically over the last hour or so. When last time we checked in here, both the arrivals and departures were both stocked up, and the skies started to clear nicely there. Here's what we achieved at SeaTac. 66 to the official high today, 1 glorious degree above average. 65 is the 30-year norm. Even the overnights, we touched down at 50. That's 3 degrees above average. We could be getting in this range this weekend, mid-80s. And that sunset was exactly at 8:30 tonight. It was beautiful, and that glow lasted for about 45 minutes afterwards. More on the way. High temperatures today across the region were very nice, very spring-like out there. We're low to mid-60s for the most part. We had some standouts in the mid-50s in Oak Harbor. Off towards the east, we were in the mid to upper 60s there as well. So here's what to expect. The thunderstorms that I was tracking over top of the Cascades, they're winding down. In fact, once we took away the heat of the day, they kind of lost their fuel. Showers will remain with us. Temps will remain average on Tuesday, and then we take the lid off. We're going to be warming and drying into the 70s and 80s all week long. So right now, take a look at radar. You can see it's just storm potential just completely dissipating. Some of that lightning that we had over top of the Cascades closer to us completely and totally gone, and now you're just starting to see some very light green returns there, indicating that it's more cloud cover and drizzle than anything else. By the time we get after midnight tonight, it's done. We start off tomorrow morning with just some light shower potential up towards Mount Vernon, but as we move through the day, we'll transfer all that up to the mountains. So it looks like the Olympics and once again the Cascades will just see some light showers. Most of the activity will be down towards the south, but even that won't be particularly vigorous. Now we start off on Wednesday clean and clear. We've got one more blast of moisture that will come up from the south there, associated with that low pressure system as it exits the region. So could be some storms again, mostly down towards the southern Cascades, and then that's it. That high pressure is going to build in, and we are going to clear, dry, and warm. Overnight lows will be in the mid to upper 40s, and then here's what we're looking at for Tuesday. In fact, very similar to what we saw today. We'll see some upper 50s and some mid 60s up towards our northern counties, some lower 60s off towards North Bend, mid 60s all the way through Bremerton, mid 60s in Yelm, Lakewood, Shelton, Olympia, all getting into the 65 club. Puyallup will be in there as well. Chehalis will get in on some of that. Along the coast, we're talking mid to upper 50s, except for Forks, where we'll be in the upper 60s, and off towards the east, there it is, 70s, and more on the way. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. We're going to break into the 70s locally on Thursday. We break into the 80s on Saturday. It's going to be toasty for Mother's Day and warm on the following Monday.